How did you learn that Charles had been shot by Alex?
So I'm at work. It's like the middle of my day. And I think I called her that morning. She never answered. And she calls me and says, "Hey, bub." And I'm like, thinking it's a normal conversation. And she just kind of lightly says, "Well, I just want you to know that Charles came to the house this morning to pick up JJ because at this point, he's not living with them. They just moved back to Arizona and he's in Houston. And my mom had just basically brought JJ back. And that's a whole nother story. But she goes, "Yeah, we were in the kitchen and he had a heart attack and he passed away." And just simple as that. No feelings, no anything. And I remember that moment. I remember like everything in my body just dropped to the floor. And I couldn't function anymore during the day, right? Like I'm at work, I can't even think straight. And so towards the end of the day, I'm like, "Hey, I'm going to come by." And I'd never been to their house. That is how fast this all was. Like they had just moved back. I'd never been to this house. And yeah, I just said, "I have to come by and see you guys. I have to check up on you and talk to you. Like, what is going on?" And yeah, that happened like maybe 4 or 5 hours later. I left work and went straight to their house.
And what was your mom's demeanor like at the house?
She, I'm in the backyard and she's just sitting there and she finally says, "Well," and this is rough because this is definitely, I don't remember everything that she said, but she was like, basically, Alex and Charles got in a fight and Tylee brought a bat out and they got into it and Alex had to shoot him or shot him in self defense. She said self defense. I remember that, and I'm cursing at her and I'm saying, "What are you talking?" Like the shock of someone passing away versus being killed are it's not even the same realm. So now I'm hearing, "Oh well, Alex actually killed Charles," and so I'm sitting there and I just want to leave, but I'm also scared. And and she seems so calm and there's almost no reaction from her and there's no reaction from Alex and Tylee's just sitting there like out of it, but also like trying to be brave. That's kind of who she was. She always had to like try to like go for the joke when she's about to cry kind of person.
Right.
And I just remember feeling like I was the only one in the house that was like shocked and didn't know what to do with myself.
Was Alex there too?
Yeah, he was there.
And acting normal, just like a normal day?
He was watching a movie with his bandage around his head, and he was the first one that said anything to me.
About the
I
shooting?
literally, yeah. So I pointed at his head. I pointed at my head and went, "What's this?" Like, because he had a white bandage wrapped around, and he goes something like, "Charles hit me in the head with a bat, and I shot him in self defense." And I went, like that's how I received the information first. So I go
Mm.
outside to my mom to have that conversation. She basically gives me a little bit of a different version or like more detail of it, and neither one of them rattled at
Mm.
all. And so, yeah,
How would you describe your relationship with Charles? Were you guys close?
yeah. I mean, this is the thing, and the reason I haven't really spoken too much on it is because Charles and I were as close as we possibly could be, if that makes any sense. I was in and out of the house a lot. Um, I always will look at Charles as my father, and he took really good care of me. And we started to get a lot closer in the last probably year, which is what was really wild. We started to get really a lot closer in 2018. That was like when our relationship was probably like, okay, I'm a man now. He's starting to ask me to come meet him and talk with him about man stuff, about what I'm going to do with my life. And I'm actually coming to him for advice. So I think that's when it was different because kind of growing up, I think that the dynamic in the house was I keep to myself a lot and I'm moving and changing my mind all the time, trying to figure out what I want to do in my life. And I'm very separated from the house. But then that was when me and Charles started to get closest around 2018. And yeah, I mean, it was just one of those things where I'm still processing like what it was like in that time. You know what I mean? It's all still new to me because it's so much to go back and have to process everything. But
Right.